What's going on, guys? So today I want to give you an introduction to the best piece of training equipment that most people don't use, the double end bag. Now, this is a 5-inch double end bag right here. What this thing is it's just a little leather ball that attaches to the ceiling, to the floor, and it's a rubber bladder inside that you can blow up with a regular air pump. You string it up and it moves, okay? And the best thing about this is it works your timing, your coordination, your speed, but I'm going to actually give you guys the drills that I like to do on it in order to free flow with it. So let's get right into it. All right, so the first thing you're gonna look to do, you're gonna wanna putt this thing with jabs. And when I say putt it with jabs, I'm not throwing these big power shots, because if I hit this bag off center, it goes off center and I can't continue to jab it. I would then have to walk and realign myself with the bag. So I'm in front of it, I'm aligned, I'm just tapping this thing, okay? Now, notice I'm not throwing a full extension jab back to my face. I need to stay within the rhythm, so I'm just popping it, okay? And what I can do is I can even double up in between my single jabs. So jab, 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 double up, okay? And usually put a little steam on your jab, it's gonna come back at you. Now that center line in which it's coming back at you, you can use that to simulate their own jab coming back at you and slip. So I can jab, slip to my left, or I can jab, slip to my right. Now, when you jab, slip to your left, the most available shot is the left hook. But one thing you got to understand about this thing is when it's moving forward in front of you, it's going to be easy to hit it with straight shots. When it's moving sideways in front of you, it's going to be easy to time the hooks. So by you doing this jab, slip to the left, left hook, you have to get the timing and basically hit the bag so that once it's done, it's moving this way. So let me demonstrate. Jab, slip, left hook. Do it again. Jab, slip, left hook. Now, if I'm going to slip to my right side, I can throw a right hand. So I'm putting it, jab, slip, cross. Do that again. Putting it, jab, slip, cross. So now whenever you hit this thing with a counter shot, it's going to move in a different way, which it started. And you have to walk and use your putting jab to find it, realign yourself. Now I can do it again. Jab, slip, cross. Now it moves erratic. I walk, I find it, and I go right back to putting it. I can also throw my cross after the jab. I can just work crosses. Keep my right hip turned and tap it. This will get you used to keeping this thing very straight for when you mix the jab and the cross. Always maintaining that rhythm. Okay? 1, 2, slip 2. 1, 2, slip 2. 1, 2, slip 2, 3. And then you start putting your punches together. What I can also do to control this thing in a straight line is parry it. Jab, parry. Jab, parry. I'm using my rear hand. Jab, parry. Jab, parry. Okay? I can use my left hand to parry. Jab, jab, parry. Cross. Jab, cross, parry. See how when I parry, I'm able to sort of stop the bag a little bit, but also almost like a palm strike, keep this thing going. That would simulate if I threw a jab, I parry their jab and I pop my own jab off. Jab, parry, jab, okay? And then you can mix it in with those other things we were working, like the jab, cross, and the slips. Jab, parry, jab, slip, left hook. A nice straight line combo is the double jab into the cross. Notice, it's going to come at me pretty quick once I throw that cross, so I got to get ready to slip. Like I was saying before, if I throw a jab, cross, left hook at this thing, it moves erratically left and right. So the way that I can counteract that is when I hit it with the jab, cross, left hook, I follow up with a cross and I get it to move forward. Let me demonstrate that fast. See, I end with the cross, it ends moving back and forth. I can go right into my slips. So let me show you how I can mix up the different slips with the straight punches. So jab, left slip, jab, right slip, cross, left slip, cross, right slip. And as I'm slipping, I'm getting this thing to move, slipping and countering. So also you can incorporate the uppercuts. So if I slip to my left, I'm throwing a left uppercut. If I slip to my right, I'm throwing a right uppercut. Now, whenever you slip offline, you don't want to just throw one punch. You want to throw a couple punches. And like I said, if the bag moves erratically, you can always walk, find your new center line, and work off that new center line. So far, I've been showing you how to slip with your head off center. But one thing you can do is you can also simulate hooks by basically slipping one way and pulling your head back before it comes back the other way. Jab, roll, and I'm back here. 1, 2, roll, okay? And then typically we want to throw a follow-up, right? So I'm putting this thing, I'm getting it straight line. Jab, cross, roll, 2, 3. Now, lastly, you can incorporate the uppercuts, the hooks, the slips, and the straights to make pretty much long, drawn-out combinations for your flow. So you lead off with straight shots. Slip, slip, roll, and you time the uppercut, okay? So you can go jab, slip, uppercut, cross, left hook. Now, one thing about this bag, like I said, it's moving back and forth for straight punches, and it's moving side to side for hooks. And then you hit it with a straight, and it goes back to straight punches. When you hit it with an uppercut, it's going to go up and down. So then you time the up and down, and you crack it with a straight shot again. So it looks something like this. You can also bring your footwork into it. You can jab to the left. You can jab to the right. And what's going to happen is, as you jab this thing, moving with your feet, every time you step, the trajectory is going to change of the bag. But that's okay because you're moving with it. And then what you can do is you can set up angles by jabbing one way, cutting, and then hitting it at your new angle. Or for example, you can step off the roll, put yourself in a new angle, jab, cross. Let me do that one a little quicker. Now, lastly, if you want to incorporate those machine gun punch combinations, you can throw things like jab, cross, left hook, cross, roll, 1, 2, 3, 2 again. But the thing is, you just have to have a very good understanding of how the bag is going to be moving forward and back or left and right, like I talked about. And that's pretty much it. Understand, I'm using a 5-inch, so that's going to be the hardest they have out there, aside from these micro ones they sell. Although you want to keep something with a bladder. You don't want to get those soft ones that some of these other brands make. They're crap. If you have 16-ounce gloves, it's going to be the most surface area that it's going to be hard to miss this bag. If you're using smaller 12-ounce gloves, then it's going to be a little bit harder because it's just that little bit less of surface area. And of course, if you have no gloves on and use your bare hands, the accuracy is going to be harder because now you don't even have that much surface area to go off of. However, of course, if you have big gloves on, it makes it a little harder with the shoulder conditioning and your hands are going to be a little slower. See, if I'm bare knuckle, of course, it's like my hands can just move freely versus if I had the boxing gloves on. So there's different trade-offs, and I think it's good for everybody to try out the different gloves and the different bags, the different tension, the different amount of air, all these different ways to make it easier or harder or give it different feels in order to get the most out of this training tool. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go buy one of these and try this out and let me know how it goes. Drop a comment below what you thought of the video, like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned for more.